The video to When We Are Angels is a departure from your usual style videos. It's 100% animation.
Yeah.
Who came up with this concept?
Well, we were on The Simpsons.
That's true.
We did I Don't Want to Grow Up, which was partially animated. But the idea of the new single we have, which, by the way, is doing great on iTunes.
It's a brilliant song.
Thank you.
Really
I can't believe how good it's doing. I'm very happy for that. But we got an email from a guy from France who was well versed in video making, and he did it. And we would go back and forth about certain little things here and there. And he sent us the final outcome, and I agreed to have him put it out, and it's out. And it's amazing, the intricacies of the work and how he tried to make every detail work within the song, the backgrounds, and I mean, it took a lot of work to do that.
No, it's excellent. It really is good.
And and he didn't want a penny. He didn't want a shilling. He didn't want, a yen. He didn't want anything, So we were very grateful that he did it. It's on the MySpace. It's all over the video things, and
I saw it the first time I saw this is brilliant. Initially, just loved it.
and the song is good. That's what
It is,
matters.
and
The song is good.
Slightly different from the Ramones,
Yes.
but you can still, hear your influences with it as well, which I thought was really good.
There's a reminder, but we will have a follow-up song similar to that, and then we're going to put out a ballad. We don't want to do an album of material. We'd rather put out singles. Then once we get to the 15-16 mark of the song, we will compile an album. But for now, I feel that I don't want to rush it. I don't like to rush it. I don't like to stay in one place too long. But so far I like this so much that it seems to me that I'll be doing this for a while. But after seeing the video, hearing the song, the outcome of it, it gives you that incentive. So that's just one facet of the business that I'm involved in.
Excellent.
One thing I've always wondered in relation to your fans, obviously the fans worldwide that you have through the Ramones and your other bands, and Marky Ramone in his own right, are amazing. I'm from the States originally. I've seen you play at the Cleveland Agora in the early 90s.
Wonderful.
I've seen you play in London at Brixton Academy, and I've also seen you play as Marky Ramone in Intruders. How did you find the difference with the fans and the atmosphere at playing gigs in England and Europe as opposed to the States?
Playing with the Ramones?
Yes.
Well, in the beginning with the Ramones in the States, it was when I joined in the spring of '78. People were still wondering what this was all about. So we would play to 600 people, then sometimes to 1,500 people. But it grew. When we came to England, we sang Brixton, we sang the Palace, which is 3,500 to 4,000 people. So in the beginning there were more people here than the United States, but it grew and grew and grew, and we got offers to play Lollapalooza, we got offers to play all these festivals. So it took time, but we would go to Japan and sell out. We were in South America, we were huge. We would play to 50,000 people, 40,000 people. We would go to Spain and play in bull rings. So why and for what reason? These things happen. They just do. Now the world is one.
Yes.
Because of it's in the information age and the websites and the internet and MySpace, Twitter, Facebook.
Wohomusic.
It is one world.
It is.
So it doesn't matter where you play, because no country is better than another.
No.
It's just
It's one world.
it's the way it is.
Thanks to you, the Ramones fans worldwide were treated to the DVD Raw in 2004. Out of all the video footage taken in studio visits, are you aware of any further audio or video material of the Ramones you could bring to the fans?
I have 400 hours of Ramones footage.
Okay.
I have the largest Ramones library. I have the largest Ramones library.
Gives me a pick or two.
And I just found some new stuff. It's amazing. I took 4 cameras around. That's how many tapes I used, and after a while they just can't, they break. So instead of repairing them, you have to get a new one because it costs as much as a new one to repair. So a lot of the quality is great. A lot of the quality is fair. But again, I wanted to show fans the good side of the Ramones. And I do have a DVD that's already done about basically my life story, about what I went through when I auditioned for the New York Dolls.
Is that the job that ate my brain?
Yeah.
Okay.
I might call it something else though. But I played, and then of course with Richard Helmer Broadway, Wayne County, and the Backstreet Boys, and then the Ramones, and the whole scene in the CBGB's era, then the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, and the tours. So that's there. And I just got a deal done where a company wants to go around Hollywood trying to make a deal for my life story in a movie. Why they would want to be interested in my life story, it's wonderful.
Yes.
I never expected it, but if that's what they wanted to do, that's fine with me. I'm here to promote it. I'm here to see that the justice is done to it and the truth is done to it.
And keep control of it.
Yeah, and also my book, which will be written by me, and it'll be called Marky Ramone, The Last Word.
Okay.
So I read all the books. Some are better than others. Some I rate better than others. Some are more factual, and some of them are a bunch of baloney. So
I just finished reading Monty Melnick's book,
great book to read.
and that was really interesting.
Why? Because he was there.
Yeah.
That's important. There's a lot of other people that had their quotes in it, which sometimes I felt he didn't need, because some of the people, I don't even know who they are, but a lot of people want their 15 minutes of fame.
Yeah.
So I guess Monty needed to fill a few pages, but he went through so much that he could have done it on his own, but I recommend that book highly. I recommend Vera Ramone's book about Dee Dee Ramone, Dee Dee's first wife. She wrote a book. Great book. And Jim Bestman's We're an American Band. That's it. Dee Dee Ramone's books were good, but they were highly exaggerated by him. And the only one that I find great that he wrote was The Horror of the Chelsea Hotel.
Yeah.
Which was a fantasy. But because he was such a great songwriter, he applied that to the book. But his real books about himself, 75% truth. And when you read a book, you want it to be truthful.
You seem to thrive on work
Oh, yeah.
and do things other than music as well.
Oh, yeah.
You have the radio show,
Yes.
the clothing with
Yes.
Bill Figure, and the front of your webpage has for the pasta sauce.
Yeah.
Do you have a lot of other projects that you're working on?
Well,
I think they keep you pretty
the
busy.
radio show is called the Punk Rock Blitzkrieg. Now, nobody was playing punk in America. I decided that I would choose my own music. It's in its 5th year, and the subscription is up to 20 million listeners. I get a few 100,000 listening each time that my show is on. I'm not going to bullshit and say 20 million people listen. But that's one thing I wanted to do, was to help new punk bands, older punk bands keep their music alive. The tomato sauce, the sauce that I put out, my grandfather used to be the head chef at the Copacabana, New York City, and the 21 Club. He used to cook for gangsters. He used to cook for movie stars. He used to cook for actresses. And when my parents and I would go to my grandparents' house, he would cook for the family, and I would watch him as a little boy.
Okay.
And as I grew up, as a young teenager, I ended up living alone, and I didn't have anything. I didn't have hardly any money just to pay the bill to live in an apartment. So what was the cheapest thing to make? Pasta sauce and spaghetti. Get your sauce. You get your garlic. You fry it up a little bit.
Is it spicy at all?
No, it isn't. Not this one. You throw in some basil, oregano, and you have your tomato paste and all that stuff. You mix it up, and a little bit of salt, and that's what it is.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And the clothesline, and so far it's been online, the pasta sauce, and it's selling unbelievably. I mean, I think a lot of people buy it because they like the bottle and the artwork on it, and a lot of them tell me, I'm not going to eat this, I love the artwork. So if they like it, fine, and if they like the artwork, fine, but in America I will be getting a distribution deal to get it all around the country.
You may see it in supermarkets.
Yeah, we wanted to test the waters. No rush. And that was it, and that's the story. And the Hilfiger line, I know Tommy Hilfiger for years. He's a close friend of mine, and he wanted me to design a leather jacket and a pair of jeans, which I took from my first album, Dust, in the back cover, where you see me in 1971. I was 15 years old, going on 16, and the Ramones used to come see me play before they even thought of forming a band in the Village. And I'm wearing a leather jacket and jeans in the back. And if you would take that photo and put it on their first album cover, you would wonder where they got their idea from. And I'm not saying they got it from that album cover. Of course, they got it also from Iggy and the Stooges, off their album, the Tough Look leather jacket, but that's all I wore in Brooklyn. I'm from Brooklyn, New York, and it's a very tough neighborhood, and a lot tougher than Queens, from where they came from. But that's really where I got the idea for the Tommy Hilfiger capsule collection, which only lasted a season. That's all I wanted.
Excellent.
That's good.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And can I ask one more quick question?
Of course.
If you could give any advice to our members of wohomusic that are just starting out on a musical career, what would it be?
Well, Andy Warhol was a great guy. I got to meet him. He was in the Blank Generation with me and Richard Hell, the Richard Hell movie. I just want to say that.
Okay.
And what advice would I give readers about the music business?
In starting out.
Starting out, believe in yourself, be original. Don't listen to people saying, oh, you'll never make it or nothing can happen. Just keep pressing on. And rehearse a lot. And keep writing. That's very important. And think of the music first, and then the money will come later if you're really good. Because a lot of bands think of the money first, but their content or quality isn't good. Then they don't see the money. Don't go into the business thinking money first. Think of providing your eventual audience with a quality presentation.
Thank you. I can't be cheeky and ask you to give me 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, can I?
Okay, you got it. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Brilliant.
See, I can count.
Thank you.
And I can say A, B, C, D.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.